Have you ever looked at some of the world's richest people and noticed something weird? They live these surprisingly simple lives, but then they can turn around and make these massive financial moves in a heartbeat. It sounds like a total paradox, right? Well, it's actually a very specific strategy, and we're going to break it down because this is where the real secret to building wealth is hiding.
Just look at Warren Buffett. The guy is famous for being frugal. He still lives in the same house he bought for about 30 grand way back in the 50s. But you can't mistake that for being cheap, because when a killer business opportunity comes along, he can write a check for billions without even blinking. See, that's not a contradiction. That's a plan.
So what is their secret? A lot of people think the wealthy just pinch every single penny. But the real difference, the thing that changes the entire game, isn't about what they don't buy. It's all about what they do buy. They're basically shopping from a completely different list than everybody else. And this is what you could call the billionaires paradox. They're not cheap at all. They just funnel their money into a very, very specific list of things, assets and skills that are designed to make them even more money for years or even decades to come. It's a system that's built from the ground up to choose long-term gain over any kind of short-term want. Okay, so what's actually on this secret shopping list? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the specifics. And you know what the best part is? Anyone, and I mean anyone, on any paycheck can start using this list, like today. The real power here isn't about how much money you spend. It's all about where you decide to point that money. First up on the list are two things that are incredibly powerful, but also super accessible. We're talking broad market index funds and high-quality knowledge. Index funds are just brilliant because they're so simple. Instead of trying to pick that one in a million winning stock, you're basically buying a tiny slice of the entire economy. And books? Think of them as compound interest for your brain. Seriously, one $20 book can give you an idea that's worth thousands. And the real power here is just being consistent. If you look at history, broad market index funds have returned an average of around 8% a year. Now, that might not sound like some crazy get-rich-quick number, but think about it like this. If you just invested $25 a week, you could be looking at a portfolio worth over 6 figures in 20 years, all from just consistently buying the market. All right, next up, creating cash flow and making yourself more efficient. Dividend-paying stocks are amazing. It's like getting paid just for owning a little piece of a company. That regular income, it's like financial oxygen. And then you have income-producing tools. We're talking about things that multiply what you can do, like a faster laptop if you're a developer, or a better camera if you're a content creator. Here's a good rule of thumb. If the tool can pay for itself in under a year, it's probably a really smart buy. The wealthy also spend big on protection and property. Now, insurance might sound like the most boring topic ever, but it's what stops one single disaster from wiping out everything you've worked for. When you protect your downside, your upside has all the room it needs to grow. And when it comes to property, well, owning real estate isn't just for millionaires anymore. It's now totally possible to own little tiny slices of properties that produce income. And that's possible because of something called a REIT. That stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. Think of it like a mutual fund, but for buildings. This one fund owns huge properties like apartment complexes, shopping centers, or warehouses. By just buying one share, you become a part owner, and you can start collecting a piece of the rent without ever having to deal with a leaky toilet at 2 in the morning. And the last two things on the list are all about growth and just being able to play the game for a long, long time. This means investing in strategic relationships, your network, which can create shortcuts that money just can't buy. A single introduction can be worth more than years of grinding it out. And of course, the number one asset you will ever own is your own health. A sharp mind and an energetic body, that's the engine that powers everything else. It's no wonder the wealthy take it so seriously. So, we've gone through all 8 items on the list. Did you start to see the pattern? The common thread that connects every single one of them? This is the big aha moment. Every single purchase on that wealthy shopping list shares one simple, powerful quality. This slide right here, this is the whole game. Every financial choice you make does one of two things. It either makes money flow toward you, or it makes money flow away from you. That's it. The wealthy consistently buy from the column on the left. Assets, skills, networks, things that create more value. Most people, though, get stuck buying from the column on the right. Liabilities, temporary thrills, and status symbols that are a constant drain on their finances. So this gives us a super simple filter, a question you can ask yourself before you buy anything. Just pause and ask, will this help money flow toward me or away from me? Is it an asset that's going to put money back in your pocket eventually? Or is it a liability that's only ever going to take money out?
Using just this one little mental filter can literally change your financial future. Of course, knowing this stuff is great, right? But putting it into action, that's where the magic happens. So let's turn this idea into a concrete plan. Here's a simple 4-step starter plan you can use this week to start building your own income-producing system. First up, automate. Set up small automatic transfers every week. It could be $10, it doesn't matter, into an index fund, a dividend fund, and a REIT. This puts your wealth building on autopilot. Second, learn. Just commit to reading one great book a month for 15 minutes a day. Third, equip. Find one tool that could help you earn more and start saving up for it. And fourth, and this one's huge, protect. Take a look at your insurance and your health. Make sure one bad day can't derail all your progress. When you do these things consistently, something really cool starts to happen. It's not just about the money in your account. It actually changes how you think. You slowly stop thinking like a consumer, someone who trades their time for money to buy stuff, and you start thinking like an investor, someone who uses their money to buy assets that make more money. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? A choice that looks like a sacrifice to somebody else, like driving a used car, is actually a power move. The money you didn't blow on a new car that loses value the second you drive it off the lot, well, that money is now working for you 24/7 inside your investments. You're not being cheap, you're being strategic. You're putting your money to work. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. The very next time you're about to buy something, anything at all, just run it through that filter. Every dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of future you want. So are you casting your vote for an asset that's going to build your wealth or for a liability that's going to drain it? The choice, as always, is yours.